guys. Thanks to anybody who's watching this. I posted my level 1 through 5 walkthrough yesterday. That's gotten some action, so it seems like some people are checking it out. I wanted to continue to give some video kind of guides for beginners going all the way through level 10. But from level 6 through 10, I'm going to break it down into one video per level, because once you get to like 4 extraction points, it can easily take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour or more to finish one level. For me, anyway, I'm slow. So I'm going to start with level 6, obviously. We got 4 extraction points. Just to recap on my guide from yesterday, we're definitely going to try to front load the front extraction, get as much as we can in there, and then from there we're going to try to leave the money bag at the second extraction, do 3 and 4, and then come back to 2. This wasn't pretty. So that's what happens when you break the egg. We got some noise going on up here. I guess that's a fair trade, the little egg guy for the huntsman. So I'm going to try to touch on some things that maybe didn't happen in my level 1 through 5 guide, because a lot of unique situations will happen from level to level. So you might play through the same level 10 times in 10 different sets of circumstances. So hopefully during this next set of videos that I make, there will be different situations where I get to cover how to handle different things that maybe didn't even pop up in the level 1 through 5 video. So that was an interesting start. We lost the egg, but we got the orb from the huntsman. So that's a net positive, actually. I think the huntsman value is definitely more than what the egg value is. That's only like the second time I've ever seen that little weird small guy inside the egg. That's kind of disturbing, but the R.E.P.O devs are good like that. Again, as I go through this video and the videos I make after this, there's going to be people who already know everything that I'm doing and saying, and are even better than I am at this game. But this is for the players who don't know yet, and I'm trying to touch on things that I wish I knew when I first started. So that's the whole idea. And I welcome any questions, any comments, any tips that anybody better than me can give me, for sure. And I definitely want to foster an environment on my channel of community where I can talk to you guys can talk to me, and we can share like ideas and thoughts on the game to help each other get better, for sure. So that's enough small talk. I'll definitely try to focus on the game from now on. The Shadow Child's gonna get it, or maybe I'm gonna get it, seems like. So I like the sledgehammer. It does a whole lot of damage, but as you can see, it's not the easiest weapon to wield, to swing around, to use. Like, there is no world in which that Shadow Child should have hit me right there, but it happened anyway. But, you know, there's also a very huge chance that it's a user error. I do make a lot of mistakes. That's another thing I like about making these full level videos, is you'll get to see what I've learned how to do, what I can help to explain to you guys, but also I'm going to make mistakes, and you're going to see how I play through those too, and that might end up helping you play through the sticky situations you get in. So even an L is a W, you know. Okay, so the quota is like 12K and change. I'm thinking there's probably about 70 or 80K in value on this map, or more. I always, once I get into the bigger maps like this and I have like more weapons and health and, you know, upgrades, I always try to factor in more than what I think the total value of the items are, because I know I'm going to end up getting value from eliminating monsters too. But anything can happen. I mean, there are plenty of times where I might break a bunch of items, and the orbs that I get might just offset the balance of what I lost in items, or vice versa. I might break a bunch of orbs. So the RNG in this game can get pretty substantial, but that's okay because it swings both ways. That can give you like huge gains as well as losses. And like most games with RNG, success in the game, a lot of it comes from managing the randomness as much as you can. I do like this map. I do like that the devs keep adding to it. I think I said something like that yesterday. But I do like it, and I like that each map has like some valuable items that are specific to the map, like this weird little statue guy, like the magic books and Swift Broom, and the brooms, and the big red wand thing that shoots the laser, for example. I like that they make things specific to each map. And I think it's going to be super cool as time goes by to see how this game continues to evolve and improve and expand and get more and more to it. These semi-works guys, they really know what they're doing, and I really like the approach that they're taking. And if any of you guys aren't familiar yet, you should definitely check out their YouTube channel. They post videos, I want to say at least once a week, where they do like Q&A stuff where they answer questions from people that send them questions, and they go over upcoming ideas and updates, and they just do a really good job of communicating with the player base, which I think is always cool. When devs pay attention to the people playing their game, that usually ends up in a much better game. And they are definitely paying attention. And I always like to see the little guys win too. You know, it's not like they're Rockstar or Bethesda or something. Thank God. Alright, so this guy is kind of cumbersome, but aside from him not letting me see in front of me, he's pretty easy to move around. I forget exactly what upgrades I've accumulated now, but I think I've got some pretty good strength and stuff like that. I know I've got some extras chilling in the truck, so I'll be able to re-up on health and stuff once I get this, eventually get the cart back there. That laugh that you just heard, that I mentioned that the Shadow Child makes a very specific laugh right before he disappears. That's what that laugh was. Alright, so we got some more action. That's cool. We're gonna get paid. Getting paid is cool. Yeah, that sledgehammer gets kind of wild. This guy, I forget what he's called, the animal, I think. He will wreck your stuff. He doesn't do a lot of damage to you if he hits you, but he will wreck your valuable items, like, and take their value away. So let's just cook him on this campfire real quick. There we go. Now those orbs, I've got this big statue in my cart, so I'm not even going to try to get them. I don't think. Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's see how this works. Because I might just leave them there and come back and get them after I catch this first card out. We'll see. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the move. I might be able to get one of them in there. I don't want to make it so that statue won't sit on top of my cart. You know, I don't want to. But I am greedy. So if it works, it works. I can probably carry this thing back there. That would make sense. As you can tell, I don't think really quickly. I feel like I make somewhat good decisions. I just don't make them really fast. So. this first card out. We've accumulated some juice, so that's good. I forget what the exact value on that statue was, but I think we got about 50k total here for the first extract. Not too much trouble on the first one. Now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to re-up on the energy for my weapons for sure. Top off my health. As you can see, I've accumulated some stuff from the shop. You can see I have all these upgrade boxes just kind of chilling there. That's because I'm still wanting to get, like, max out my strength and stuff like that, so I'm leaving those boxes there, so hopefully more strength upgrades replace them on the shelf in the shop. And then once I get what I want, then I'll pop all those upgrades at once and have, like, superpowers. I do like that they've added a lot of parkour stuff, especially in the museum map. Little things like this shelf here, these shelves, like running and jumping on them because it will put items up there. And there are other rooms on this map too that have a lot more of a parkour type element. So I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want to emphasize, like, you know, what a crucial, like, part of the strat this is once you get to the 3 or more extraction point maps, is to always leave the money bag from the first extraction at the second one, the closest one to the truck. So that once we finish the last extraction, we bring that money bag back to this second extraction, cash out, and then we get back to the truck as quickly as possible. And generally, if you have enough stamina upgrades, which you should by now, I mean, I've got like 100 in stamina right now potential, then you can generally sprint from the extraction point back to the truck before monsters can even spawn there, which is the position you want to put yourself in for sure to close out those maps. It doesn't always work out that way, but when you can make it work out that way, it is a big advantage. Okay, so I was checking out things again because I'm old and I forget things really easily, so. This piece of art here, I'm going to just go ahead and put it back in this room because this is one of those things that it doesn't look like it's trouble, but it can really disrupt the balance inside your cart. It can really make things wonky to try to stack up like a lot of items in there because it's such an odd shape. There are these little areas here, well, in a lot of levels, but especially here in the museum. These staircases that you want to look around when you get to the tops of the different levels, because they do have these areas like these little hallways and stuff that go to other areas. And there can be like, I mean, there was just that little tiny item there, but there can be anything. I don't even know if hamburger helper is still a thing, but this yellow glove hand piece of art that I just put in there, all my OGs who are watching this video, tell me that doesn't remind you of a hamburger helper box. If you know, you know. Okay, so we know that we've cashed out the first extraction. We know we have the money bag sitting at second extraction waiting. So now we're just trying to run up the numbers, you know, and make our way to the third and fourth extraction. That formula of how to strategize the order in which you complete the extraction points, it's so simple once you get it. For me, it took me a second to wrap my head around it, but it's just like anything. It doesn't make sense till it makes sense, and then it's easy. Okay, now I saw that golden statue down there. And I'm going to get it in my cart, but I want to look around in case there are any other smaller items. I want to get them in the cart first. Okay, now that humming huntsman's down there. If anyone doesn't already know, that humming is always a dead giveaway that the huntsman is close by. That's not good. Okay, immediately seek cover, because one more shot, if he hits me, and this level's over. Game's over. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, the huntsman is completely blind. He can't see you. He can only hear you. You can literally be crouching and, like, scooting right next to him, and he won't know you're there if you don't make any sounds. But if you make any sound, he turns and fires, and you don't duck in time, his aim is ruthless. He usually never misses. You can, there is a way to bait his shot, like purposely, and evade it through using timing cues. But, like, I just got myself almost eliminated for sure. That's one of those instances where I guess, like, I'm glad that if I'm making videos like this, that you guys get to see the mistakes I make and how I rebound from them, how I make the best of a bad situation. Now, I know that I have some extra HP in the truck. I hear that little weird mosquito. That's what I call that thing, whatever it's called. It's just not great. This is fun. So that guy, he will jump on your face and turn you into a sick alien monster, mosquito, whatever he is, for a few minutes. It does no damage to your HP. It doesn't hurt you at all. It just makes things, as you can see, look really weird because now he's on your face. And he does that for a random amount, a small amount of time, and then he jumps off and runs away. But I'm petty, so I always try to chase him down and get revenge, like, immediately if I can. But I don't have any stamina, so I'm not going to chase. You can sometimes, if he jumps on your face and there are other monsters around, when he does that vomit thing, that does a lot of damage when it comes out of your mouth if it hits other monsters. So you can use it to your advantage sometimes. Alright, so I re-upped on my HP. Might as well go ahead and top off the energy in my weapons. For anybody that doesn't know, that little yellow thing there with that's where you put your energy crystals. You always start on level 1. You start a brand new game with 1 crystal. And that's how you reload ammo and uses for all your weapons. And all you have to do is, like, touch your weapon or drop your weapon inside where the yellow light is shining. And it will continue to give its energy to the weapon. And it will deplete that amount of energy from the reserve that it's holding. So you do have to replace energy crystals as you use them up. But you can buy them in the shop after every level. They start out really cheap, the energy crystals, and they get more and more expensive as the game goes on. So a lot of the times I like to buy 4 or 5 or 6 of them in the first 3 or 4 levels. That way I know I have a good stock to work with. And then by the time you need more, you've already cleared so many maps and got so much, like, money from your valuables that you've bought so many weapons that you have enough leftover money from every other level to buy plenty more energy crystals, even though they're more expensive. So there's definitely a working economy to this game. Okay, so back to where we were at before we heard the humming. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do one video for each level going forward from 6 through 10. Um, I'm assuming that they will get longer each video just because that's usually how it works as you go through the game. It takes longer unless you're just trying to go fast. Which I don't ever play this game in a hurry. I think I am going to like try to maybe start doing speed runs, but not for a little while. I still have to get better before I do that. Without being just totally embarrassing. I think the speedrun thing could be fun, but the way I play the game, I think I have more fun maxing out as much as I can get rather than finishing a level as fast as I can. But we'll give it a try and see what happens. Alright, that's the angle I was looking for to hold that baby head. When you're getting stuff in the cart and they're weird shapes, like organic shapes, using some items to secure other items, like right here, is the way to go. You can move stuff around in ways that will do the work for you. Sometimes. Okay. This is the reason why I really wish they had like a north, south, east, west kind of icon on the display, because I get, like, I know every room on the map. I know how they're set up. I just really wish I knew which direction I was moving in at any given time. But that's just a me thing. Okay, now I see that up ahead. Oh, let's take care of this guy real quick. I don't want him to mess my stuff up. Oh, there's a Roberto. Okay, we're gonna get active for a minute. Then I'll get back to the commentary. Go ahead and get Roberto up out of here. Yo, where did that go? Oh, well, okay. Didn't see that coming. I know where the next extraction point is, though. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open this door. That way, when I look at the map, it'll go ahead and give me the little, like, white dots. It'll guide me in case I need to use that to navigate. You never know when something crazy is gonna happen. You have to use your map rather than just looking at what's in front of you. Okay, that's the hidden. If you guys don't know, that invisible guy, he will pick you up. He will do no damage, no HP damage, but he will physically pick your body up and run you all the way across to the other side of the map and then just drop you, which is super annoying and normally doesn't hurt you, but there are times he can drop you off right in front of another monster or even run you into another monster, which is not a great time when you're like super far in a level and you're doing great and you've got a huge like amount of value built up, and then the hidden picks you up and runs you right into the trudge. It doesn't happen like all the time, but when it does, it's not a lot of fun. So he's completely invisible, but he has audio cues. Like he breathes like a real bad pervert when he gets close to you, and you can see his footprints. Like there are black footprints where he's stepping at. Um, like you saw me just do the tranquilizer gun, works great, and then it only takes like 1 or 2 shots with a pistol, and you can even like slam him around like with your grabber 2 or 3 times, and that'll eliminate him. Like he's nothing to beat. It's just if he gets a hold of you before you get a hold of him, you literally don't know where you're going to end up on the map. He was, oh, the bane of my existence when I first started playing this game. I'll tell you this, and this might be kind of embarrassing, but whatever, I don't care. The peeper monster, the giant eyeball that will show up on the ceilings in some maps and like lock you in with like a hypnotizing like stare. I was playing this game for probably 2 solid weeks before I even knew that you could just move around corners or hide behind something and it would break his hold on you. Like, I didn't even know that. I just thought that when he has you. And there were so many times where I would be trying to jump and sprint while... And then when I realized how easy it was to avoid him, it was... Okay. We got this huntsman. We got this pit right here. Let's let the pit do the work. Right. That's also the move when you get to the maps that have pits on them. Let them do the work for you. Save your ammo. Save the uses on your weapons. In my opinion. I mean, sometimes it's fun to just use your weapons. So, I'm not telling you not to. I do plenty of useless, petty activities in this game, so I'm definitely not going to tell anyone else not to. Okay, so we need to clear out one more extraction before we get our money back at the second extraction and finish the level. So this shouldn't take a lot more. We see these rooms up here that we haven't been to, so we can deduce that the fourth extraction is up there somewhere in those rooms we haven't been to. Okay, this is a fun part of this room. This is where they really kick the parkour in. The layout in this room is the same every time, with the platforms and the risers. I'll come back to that. Yeah. Yeah, these platforms are always set up the same way. And I parked, you'll see why I parked my cart exactly where I did right here. But I'm going to go ahead and take this money back to the extraction. Well, in a second, I'm going to get rid of this mosquito first. Where'd you go, buddy? Trigger discipline is everything. I don't know how many of you have played a lot of shooters, like first-person shooters, third-person shooters, but you'll know. Like, I mean, obviously this isn't a shooter. There is shooting, but it's not a shooter. But aim and trigger discipline, those mechanics and principles definitely come into play in this game to some extent. You don't want to waste your shots, for sure. Go ahead and open this. Yeah. Let's get my bearings. Okay, there's the animal. It makes that very distinctive sound. Alright, I just heard Roberto, that like weird goat sound. That's Roberto. Yo, I broke my orb. Alright, he'll give me one back. Okay. Now, you'll see I left my cart down there because I know that once I traverse these platforms, a lot of times on one of these sides or the other there will be a large item, just like this traffic light. I'll tell you something about this traffic light. I learned about this traffic light the hard way. As you can see, once you touch it, it turns green and starts ticking, right? Oh. And then it turns yellow and starts ticking. And then it turns red and starts ticking really slowly, and then it resets, right? Just do it up out of it. Alright, I'm going to save you guys a bunch of heartache if you don't already know. With this traffic light, it's pretty heavy as far as items go, and it can get very cumbersome. It's safe to be grabbing it when it's green. It's safe to be grabbing it when it's yellow. But if you have your grabber holding this thing when it turns red, it will do an explosion. And I forget how much damage it does. I think it does like 30 or 40 damage. And it will knock you back, and it takes some value off of it. So just... Now you could, like I just did, I ran up on it and like nudged it with my body. But I didn't grab it while it was red. You don't want to be touching it when it's red. Just don't want to do that. Okay, I think I've got it situated pretty straight now. That's what I'm going for here, is to have it like... Oh, there's the hidden again, the pervert breathing. So at this point, I know he's around. I'm looking for his footprints. There he is. He's around somewhere. That breathing is very distinct. Yeah, he got me. Man. On the bright side, you get to see this is what the hidden does. You know what? I bet if I pull my sledgehammer out... You know, I'd never done that before with a sledgehammer. I knew you could do that with a sword if he was carrying you. So I guess we all learned together. All I did was pull the sledgehammer out of my inventory. Well, I turned around and faced him while he was running, carrying me. And all I did was pull out my sledgehammer from my inventory. And the impact from it, well, I mean, you saw it. Alright, so that was it. And you can see he didn't do any damage to my HP or anything like that. So like I was saying, with this traffic light, I'm just trying to get it like as straight, like in a straight line on my car as I can, so that I can navigate between these platforms. It isn't working out as great as I would have liked, but we can make some adjustments. That's weird that I just grabbed the street light and it didn't start. The light didn't start blinking, but I'm not complaining. Okay, now we've got a really awkward trip to make here with this traffic light, and to be honest, not 100% sure how I'm gonna do it. These are the ties, man. Okay, so this traffic light is a straight line. This beam is a straight line. So in my mind, I'm going to try to jump around to the staircase. And then I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to try to stand this upright. I'm going to try to stand the traffic light upright. Okay, let's set it down for a second and reset. Let it reset. Okay, now I'm going to use my cart to hop over to the stairs. Now, if I can stand this upright... Oh, this is going to be weird because the base is, like, on the wall in a weird way. If I can stand it upright, and then maybe get it up the stairs after that, I think we might be cooking. Alright, let's let it reset again. Yeah, that's all I need is for that thing to explode and like, shoot me backwards into that pit. That would be great. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. About that. Well, I mean, that will happen sometimes, okay? I would rather it be that traffic light than my body, for starters, and I'm not completely heartbroken because I got like 4 or 5 orbs in my cart to offset the loss. So, things like that happen. I mean, I want to get everything. I'm greedy, but sometimes things happen. Okay, so that's 3 out of 4. We've got that money bag chilling at the second extraction. So now we know what we got to do. Alright, let's just post up here. Another good tip to know for the beginners, your cart is a great place to hide. You can crouch beside it, and especially right by the where the little hand where it turns green when you touch it. If you're ever in a position where you might be in kind of an open area or in an area where there's nothing to physically hide behind or underneath, you can crouch down right in front of that handle and you'll go like super low to the ground, and there's almost never a situation where any monster can see you there. Okay, now at this point, I'm not super worried about like looking for any more items or anything like that. But I mean, that's right in front of me, so why not grab it? But I am definitely gonna, you know, take the opportunity to get any orbs that I can on the way in. Yo, let's have some fun with this huntsman. I got an idea. Yeah, that's a thing you can do. Oh boy, it's medium rare right now. Yo, that is a glitch that I've started to notice in the last few days. Sometimes you will completely eliminate a monster, and there will be no orb. And I don't know... Yo! So that just happened with the huntsman and the hidden. I feel like that's a glitch. Because it's something that I just noticed recently. Huh. Okay, so definitely gonna look into that. Because between the huntsman and the hidden, that's like an extra 10 or 11k value that I just didn't get. Well. Alright, making our way downtown. Walking fast. Whatever else that guy said in that white chick's movie. Knock the mosquito out. See, now I got the orb from the mosquito, so I don't understand why I didn't get the orb from the... Oh, okay. I'm in kind of a spot here because I'm out of ammo. Oh, this is not great. I'm out of ammo in both my guns now. No orb. I don't get it. I lack the understanding. You know, let's just get out of here. Yeah. I got no ammo in my pistols. I got, say, one use left. I'm gonna re-up on it a little bit, just because I don't want to get into a spot where I need anything and have nothing. That would really defeat the purpose of doing this. As you can see, those crystals, they like bust and explode when you use each crystal to, like, yeah, just like that. Once it gives all it has to give, it destroys itself, and at some point you gotta replace them. But you just buy them in the shop, and they automatically, after you buy them in the shop, they automatically go into the charger thing. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape. I mean, I'm almost max HP. I got plenty of juice back in my weapons now. I'm not taking anything for granted, though. I'm telling you, like, there are so many times I've been so close to finishing level, and just the sky will fall down. Some crazy series of events will happen. Alright, so I'm not going to hold my breath, but I'm feeling like we got this. So I'm going to run this card up in here, throw the bag in, and then we're out of here. I maybe should have let my stamina go all the way up to 100 so I have max sprint, but I'm not far from the truck, so I think I can still make it there. Yeah, like I said in the level 1 through 5 map yesterday, if you can get to within 2 rooms of the truck by the time the extract starts going off, then there will never be monsters spawning within 2 rooms of you.